Wassup Agents, Epic Slayers here, welcome back to a brand new Division video. So in light of yesterday's video, I kind of wanted just to adjust the mood a little bit, less intensity and a little bit more fun. So today, I thought I'd use my Bullfrog Hybrid Build. This is a crit build for this assault rifle in some PvP and just get you some action, guys. Now I will show you the build, it absolutely melts. I compete with Nomad pretty easily. Striker is still Striker and Predator is still Predator, but I'm sure if you guys want to have a bit of fun, then please check out this build. It will do you well. If you enjoy this video, drop a like and let's get to it. Alright agents, so we'll start off with the build and follow up with some PvP gameplay. So as you can see, we got 2-piece Predator, 2-piece Banshee, we've got some high-end Savage gloves, and then we've got our Ninjabike giving us the 3-piece talent from Predators and the 3-piece talent from Banshee. Now, the build itself is pretty self-explanatory. So if we have a look here, we've got health, exotic damage resilience, ammo capacity. The mask has got crit chance, blind death resistance, roll to stamina. Again, this build is for crit as much as possible. You really want to be getting that on assault rifles when you are going into PvP. You want to be getting as much crit as possible, and that way you're doing as much damage as possible. Unless, of course, you're running Striker where it doesn't really matter too much. Banshee's shadow knee pads, we've got health, and then we've got our minor attributes there, and we're rolled to stamina. The only change I'd make here is I'd roll away probably disorient resistance or disrupt resistance for bleed resistance, simply because bleed resistance does reduce the amount of ticks that you receive from bleed on Predator's mark, if you didn't know that, and that's been proven. So yeah, that it is important to get bleed resistance in this current meta. Now moving on to the Ninjabike messenger bag, we have got stability and ammo capacity. Now the stability here for the major attribute will not affect the weapon damage from the third talent on the FAMAS. So yeah, you can do that, it's absolutely fine. We've got our Savage gloves giving us an extra 7% critical hit chance against targets out of cover. And as you can see here, standard major attributes, assault rifle damage, crit hit chance. And then lastly, we've got our major attribute on these Banshee Shadow holster of critical hit chance. Now the mods themselves are rolled to firearms and health, although I do have one that's rolled firearms to crit hit chance, and that's really what I would prefer. I prefer to have 5 firearm mods with crit chance, so if you can do that, then please do. It just makes this build a whole lot better. And then lastly, the performance mods are pulse critical hit chance. I've got that on 4 slots, giving us an extra 8% critical hit chance. Now the Bullfrog that I have has responsive, unforgiven, and then uncomplicated. As you will see, damage is increased by 15%. Accuracy and stability mods reduce this bonus. So those are only mods that are applied onto the weapon itself. So these mods, for example. So the Pro Red Dot Sight, and the reason I'm running this particular red dot sight is because I normally play Last Stand and Skirmish, so it all normalizes, so the numbers aren't a problem. It's the fact that I used to run the C79 scope, but I always used to scope in by accident. So I switched the Pro Red Dot Sight, and that doesn't happen. If you don't have that issue, then I would certainly use the C79, especially if it's got better stats and you're not running any sort of mode which has normalization, like the Dark Zone, for example. The live vent break on here, crit damage, crit chance, headshot damage, standard. We've got crit damage, reload speed, stability. That's the only bit of stability that's going to affect the damage. It's so minimal, it really makes no difference. And then lastly, the extended mag, giving us magazine size, crit chance, crit damage. So if we just quickly go over to our character here, you will see that my critical hit chance is at 22.5%. And this doesn't account for Savage, so that would actually put it up to 29.5%. And then if we go over to my skills here, or my skills here, we'll look at our pulse, and this is the Scrambler one. So this gives us an extra 14.9%. It basically puts my crit chance up when I pulse a target to roughly 45% or so, which is really strong for an assault rifle like this. I can promise you that. And then we've got our immunizer here to give us that little bit of extra heal and a little bit of protection from Predator, but obviously, as you guys know, not that much. Moving on lastly to the talents, I am running Steady Hands, give me that extra 25% reduction in recoil for 10 seconds when I enter cover. That's really important. Now, couple that with Steady Hands and the FAMAS is much easier to control. It's never going to be as easy as the lightweight M4, but it is much easier, and in my opinion, it's a lot more fun to use in general. And then, of course, we've got On the Move, we've also got Strike Back, and then lastly, we've got Critical Save. Now, I've tested this FAMAS against the lightweight M4 that I have, and I'll show you the lightweight M4 that I have. It's right here, this lightweight M4, which has got Unforgiving, Deadly, and Responsive. I've tested this in the firing range. My FAMAS does more damage, more critical hit damage, more base damage than this lightweight M4. It's got higher RPM. The only real big difference here is that obviously if my health goes lower, this gets an extra 10% from Unforgiving, which means that this would then start doing more damage than the FAMAS. But ultimately, I am melting people so quickly with this FAMAS that really doesn't make any difference, and the FAMAS is just generally a lot more fun to have. So there you go, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed the build. And let's get into some PvP action for you guys, because I know you love it. Alright, so drop it into my least favourite map, but we're going to do it anyway. Gotcha. Alright, agents, so let me make this clear from the start. This build will very rarely compete with Striker or Predator, and sometimes Nomad, especially when Nomad procs. But in general, the build is pretty good, so bear that in mind. So let's hopefully kill this guy. Oh, I had a bit of help there, so I won't take that. Okay, I got first shot on him. I'll take it. I'm not going to get much range out of this. It's hard for stability. Where's everyone? Got him. Okay, there we go. How are you not dead? How are you not dead? Dead. Can't see. Let's get back a minute. Oh, this guy melted me. I assume he's running the house. Everyone runs the house. That's just the way it is. Okay, so they're spawning behind us. Damn. God. Okay.